You see the way I say House of Folk before Team Nebeye, they should go and find someone Bwedu and apologize to him. Because whatever he says will follow them. And that is what is happening to them currently. From 2009 up to 2022, right? No coach walked through the door of House of Folk and won them the league. If Arteta has listened to the cry of majority of the Arsenal fans and play Declan Rice and Thomas Partey in central midfield, Partey will not have been injured because of the body he's having. Partey has a glass body. He can't play as a wing back. If as at today, Anthony Martial is still starting games for Manchester United. The United, they don't know what they are about. They are just wondering.
You're welcome to Sports Arena. My name is Nana Kwame. I'm here with the ever-charged team. Today, they can't give you today. You go bust your mind. You'll say every time they give you the best when it comes to content, when it comes to football-related issues. But I can't go on without saying a big thank you to Aqua Blue and, of course, MYBET.AFRICA. See, all you need to do is make sure you're 18 years, get a valid ID card, register on MYBET.AFRICA, and you can make money. Vincent chop money this weekend. Maybe you too go fit chop some money. Today, we go fit enter some one or two things. Now, we don't say plenty coaches come. People move from here. Coach way, job like 10 years. They go carry and make you do blah, 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 blah. Today, we want to ask you, or I want to have this conversation. Who is your best and worst manager this season so far? Regardless, it could be the EPL, it could be whatever league. Who is your best and worst manager? Me, I know Chairman Vincent in West, but I don't know in best. But Francis is here. Francis is not smiling. I don't understand. Francis, what is going on? Are you okay?
Oh, Charlie, the weekend is
we not start saying we drink water half. I know you.
My blood hot. Usually the weekend, Leverkusen, then Man City, then do the matching. But the referee ref Man City in game, that referee. Like if you did Ghana like they for carry go the military barracks, they make them ask some questions well.
Okay.
Because somebody no go fee carry ball say they go score goal, then you go whistle say make them take the ball, go play foul. How? Haaland give pass, if they floor. Then they go score. He whistles say make them drag the ball, come back. Sometimes some of the referees them be agents of the kwacha. They want make boys go enjoy them a weekend better. But Charlie, that one passed. Today be another day. We go again.
So many coaches come in. Yeah, so many coaches come in. We see somebody move from here. They do well. When they do well, they go carry on, come here. I mean, we could mention a few. Yeah. Pochettino. Yeah. Pochettino was with PSG. And then he left. He left. And then for some time, Chelsea went in for him. We all heard rumors that it was going to be Valverde or either him or
Luis Enrique.
So, for you, we are not say Ten Hag. Arteta be your favorite coach, but
Arteta be
your favorite coach.
Please don't start this. Arteta, wait.
Not too much here.
Wait.
I just a joke like you. So far, who be the coach where impress you?
On a more serious note, if you talk about the best coaches across the English Premier League this particular season, I don't think you look further than two coaches. One, Unai Emery, ever since he walked through the door to Aston Villa from Villarreal, he was formerly with Arsenal. Yeah. And when Arsenal wanted to sack him, I said, no, this guy is not the problem. The biggest problem with Arsenal is the board. A coach will not ask you for a player and you will say, no, I won't buy you this player. You go and buy him a different player. Unai Emery basically told the Arsenal board, Josh Kroenke, the executive chairman, that I want Wilfred Zaha from Crystal Palace. They went and bought him Nicolas Pepe from Lille. Are they the people going to use the player? That is the problem with Arsenal. When Mesut Ozil had problems with China, the board took a collective decision with the manager and told him, don't play Mesut Ozil again. And when he throws out Mesut Ozil, they later on portray it as if it's Unai Emery that was intentionally not playing Ozil. And when the supporters were bashing him, they rode on that and then they find one or two things. Look at how Arsenal fans picked on our former captain, Granit Xhaka, in that game at the Emirates. They forced the coach to pull him out. He held him out and Xhaka wanted to leave. But for one reason or the other, Xhaka stayed. So permutations, things went against him and they sacked him. He went to Villarreal. He won them the Europa League. Yeah. Then Aston Villa fired Steven Gerrard. They saw something in him. They brought him. Ever since he stepped foot into the English Premier League, Nana Kwame, I'm telling you, ever since Unai Emery walked through the door and stepped foot into the English Premier League, only 2 coaches had more points than him. 1, Guardiola, who won the league last season. 2, Mikel Arteta, who placed second in the league. And by far, in the past 2 seasons, these are the top 2 clubs in the English Premier League. He took over Aston Villa, languishing somewhere around 16th or 17th. And as of today, we talk, Aston Villa is like 3rd or 4th on the league table. Yeah. That tells you how good he has been. But my best coach so far in the division happens to be Newcastle's Eddie Howe. Oh my God, what a coach. He was in the house after Bournemouth got relegated. Newcastle had a change of ownership and then they went for him. Yeah. He came last season. He took over the team at the 16th position on the league table. They were almost in the relegation zone.
Yep.
Fast forward. Look at his recruitment policy. Look at where Newcastle finished last season. Top 4. They are in the Champions League. It had to take a dubious 98 minutes penalty decision in Paris against Paris Saint-Germain with all their galaxies of stars to be able to claw that 1-1 draw with them. Over the weekend, look at what they did to Manchester United. Basically, bossed them over the pitch from the blast of the whistle to the 90th minute. And look, he has formed some dynamic duo in that central midfield. And in my eyes, they are the best duo in the English Premier League when it comes to midfielders. The 2 Brazilians, João Linton and then Bruno Guimaraes. It's like a brick wall. It's unbreakable. You can't go through them. And João Linton basically rejuvenated his career under this English manager. Yeah. Look, he went to Atletico Madrid, recruited Kieran Trippier. Trippier basically is one of the finest wing backs in world football currently, not only in the English division. Yeah. Look at Fabian Schär. Look at Livramento, a young player being signed from Southampton.
From Chelsea,
sorry. Yeah. Brilliant player. And I know Chelsea will be kicking themselves in the foot and say, why did we do this? Because if you look at how Eddie Howe's team played, he went to Real Sociedad. He relocated Alexander Isak, the Swedish. Yeah. People were like, how will you pay 50 plus million for him? But Charlie, see the ball the guy they play.
The play ball.
He play ball as if he be some maestro. If he get ball, unless you foul the guy, don't go fit take ball from him. But I'm telling you, seriously, the way the guy has transformed Newcastle United, Newcastle United can only get better under this guy because the pattern that they play will be very scary. And the thing, see, this is in then cut Arsenal, then give to Arsenal. Then cut Chelsea, then destroy Chelsea. And the way they deal with Manchester over the weekend, no. Charlie, if you know what the game, you don't know what they talk. Them boss United, bully United, heckle them, make them feel like useless. No wonder Ten Hag, in matter day there we go touch them later.
If you are also here, if you how are you doing?
I'm fine.
If you has a fantastic pony. That's what I want to call your pony today. A fantastic pony. Fantastic. We've heard Francis on his best coach of the season. Who do you think is your best coach of the season?
Arteta, obviously.
Yeah?
Arteta.
Sorry, I
don't know why.
I always took a position. Arteta.
Oh yes.
Oh, why? Go ahead. I want to hear why.
It's just simple, Mikel Arteta has been good to us now. Why are you saying that?
I'm sorry.
You don't have to.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to interfere. And the reason is simple.
Francis said,
the fact that you don't like Arteta doesn't mean that he's not doing well.
He's been good to the team.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we know Arsenal team that struggled to qualify for the UEFA Champions League. And then at a point in time, Obian Punjin this Arsenal ever be top English Premier League to some point Pep Guardiola and Beba sign on. No. Mm-hmm. Just last 2 seasons. Arsenal first 5 games. No winning game. Oh, Arsenal will lose straight up. Partial. No, be a shot Arsenal. But Mikel Arteta brought some players and then he had a plan. Oh yes. Why are you saying?
I don't know. Francis, allow.
Francis don't like Arteta, but that's fine. But let me talk about my Arteta. I'm a Barca fan. I'm a City fan, but Arteta,
world-class player.
And Arteta
can have it.
Come on.
World-class player.
I know why Francis not like Arteta.
World-class player.
I'll tell you later.
So as I was saying, he brought in some players, and then these players are doing well. Partey, about team now, Declan Rice. I don't want to talk about Kai Havertz because I haven't seen much about it. And then, Fabio and other boys, and they are doing well. As I said, Arsenal at a point in time, Arsenal game, say Arsenal will lose. Now we need him crowd Arsenal, but Arteta came in, assistant coach for Manchester City, in a club like Arsenal. I want him to qualify for UEFA Champions League 2016, 2017. Yeah, but say come and then coach this team. You are working for Pep Guardiola. I never said, "Brother, coach a team like Arsenal." But then the man said, "No, I have to go and then do the job." Okay, I saw Shen last season. Arsenal can come with the league. Arsenal they nearly won, And this particular season, they are doing so well. Now, already this season now, a team are watching me about a Pep Guardiola side. This only Arsenal. Because Arsenal are putting Nema in place, and I think they are doing. Personally, I think they are doing well. Now in the UEFA Champions League group, they are also topping the league there, and that's a group which means that Arteta and him the Oyama team. So for me, Arteta is doing so well because just 2 seasons and everything has changed. We have to. I mean, commend the coach for what he has done for the Arsenal team because Arsenal team, but I believe that this season. Arsenal beat me as so surprising for. But then I am happy that the man has built a good side and they are playing so well with the confidence and everything for Arsenal. Don't be doing
why you make a fear put me for prison inside for like 3 to 4 minutes?
Relax.
I test them out.
Your time will come. Your time will come. Your time will come.
I look at them.
Your time will come. Don't
Will
worry.
you be looking into my eyes and be breaking my heart like the way you are doing?
Arteta.
Relax.
They are doing well. So I'm glad. And at a point in time, Thomas Partey was a vital player for the club. But then he got injured. This man himself, Partey ain't mean complete season, so let me bring in someone. So Partey in the one more bet me about. He brought Declan Rice. Even when Partey was fit, he was playing Declan Rice. When himself Partey in fit man the whole season, so he has to do that. And then Declan Rice is playing so well for us now. So I think tactically he has been good, and then how our team and but we are not more one baby don't be doing it. He has done well. Yes,
I think that Francis will disagree, but Francis, I'll come back to you. Vincent,
Champion.
Don't come and say Pochettino.
Madam say Arteta hands down.
Coach.
Yeah, but you anyway.
Well, I think Mr. Goody Bini, Unai Emery. I mean, when somebody can say, after last season, he came into the Premier League. He won most of the points, as in most of the coaches in the Premier League. And let's compare Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, and Aston Villa. One thing I've realized is young summer transfer, the kind of players and the kind of amount Arsenal spent on new players, 100 million for Declan Rice. Let's go to City. Vardio, 70 million pounds defender. They also made some inclusions as well. Young Liverpool, Endo, Gravenberch, and some players on some so by. But Aston Villa side, how many inclusions and although they are be from Leverkusen and from their form last season to this season, it tells you, I mean, Unai Emery is a fantastic coach. No wonder because when you see this he has coached PSG, he has coached Arsenal, Villarreal. I mean, Europa League, so he is the coach. I winning the Europa League. So he coming to Aston Villa with the materials and I mean the financial aspect of Aston Villa and ultimately competing with Arteta, Pep Guardiola. The show say, coach, if Aston Villa has to go out to hit the bank and spend a lot of money for him, he can do wonders for them. My man found the Premier League this weekend about match day 14, right? So the form guide Premier League. The last 15 matches, that is when he had the last season match, he's on the 4th on the table right now, or 29 points. Arteta, Liverpool, Man City. I mean, these 3 teams are making, Let's go to their last 10 games. In their last 10 games, Senior Francis Eddie Howe is being one of the best coaches from last season to this season. Yeah. Newcastle is leading when it's come to last 10 matches in the Premier League, and Aston Villa is second on the table, having 23 points. And form guide, last 4 matches, they are on 3rd. Everything from 1st to 4th, Aston Villa, Ewomu. Despite, I mean, injuries or Munya, even when you go to top scorers, Oli Watkins also, I mean, getting the goals for him. So I think when you come to the Premier League with some certain factors and things, I think Unai Emery is the best coach for me. But the overall in Europe, I think it's going to be, it's obvious, Xabi Alonso, I mean, unbeaten on a coach away unbeaten in Europe right now. So I think for overall, in Europe and in the world football right now, best coach Xavi Alonso going that 80 matches unbeaten. But in the Premier League, I think it's Unai Emery.
We're going to take the worst coaches. I know say Charlie, what breath? Facha me. You have to listen to if you talk about Arteta. But who is your worst coach?
My few punch me.
My way.
Relax. You know the line he talk where he bust my brain.
He do some fantastic signings. We also say Kaya No, but you see, the Arteta issue. Me, anytime I talk about it, those who know me personally know that I'm not a fan of Arteta. Arteta is not good when it comes to signings. Most of his signings are blunders. He signed Nuno Tavares. He signed Sambi Lokonga with our 15 million.
Your 15 million.
Gabriel Martinelli was signed with 6 million by Unai Emery. William Saliba was signed from
Marcel.
Not Marseille. We signed him from a lesser club. Oh, this club. Gaultier is from Saint-Etienne. He was signed from Saint-Etienne by Unai Emery. Bukayo Saka was elevated to the first team by Unai Emery. Emile Smith-Rowe was elevated to the first team by Unai Emery. See, if you look at the current Arsenal team, Unai Emery has basically, if it is in Africa, they will say he has planted things that has germinated properly into the first team. And those guys are exciting players. Those guys were already.
But if you don't have a good
Those guys were already playing in the Europa League.
When we were speaking,
under Unai Emery.
Can we have some order here? When we were speaking, he didn't interrupt. Interruption.
Under Unai Emery has already introduced those guys to Europa League football.
So is he your worst coach?
Who?
Unai Emery.
Unai Emery is my best coach.
Sorry,
one of my best coaches.
I'm talking about Arteta. Is Arteta your worst coach? Your worst coach?
Come in, let me tell you something about Arteta.
Because it's like it's like you're dwelling on Arteta too much. It's either he's your worst or he's your best.
I'm just telling you that Arteta's issue is Arteta is the most self-destructive coach I have ever seen in football. No, I'm choosing my words carefully.
Yeah.
Arteta has everything to make him succeed as an Arsenal manager. But he has that self-destructive tendency among himself. You can't have your two best midfielders, not from last season, and this is none of them is playing in your current midfield. See, if Arsenal has kept Granit Xhaka has basically turned Bayern Leverkusen into a title-winning machine this season.
Yeah.
If Arteta has listened to the cry of majority of the Arsenal fans and play Declan Rice and Thomas Partey in central midfield, Partey will not have been injured because of the body he's having. Partey has a glass body. He can't play as a wing back. He's overloading him.
Yeah, the body's there. You can utilize the body if you want to.
Did you watch the Community Shield, Arsenal versus Man City?
Yeah, I did.
Did you watch the preseason match, Arsenal versus Barcelona? When Declan Rice and Partey played at the heart of Arsenal midfield. Look, you can't tell me that Zinchenko hasn't played with Fernandinho. You can't tell me that Zinchenko hasn't played with Rodri. When Zinchenko was asked who is the best holding midfielder he has played with, he said before Rodri, he saw Fernandinho. And when he saw Rodri, he thought Rodri was something else. But to him, Thomas Partey is a Rolls Royce. And everyone in the room was like, wow, what is this guy talking? There was Kevin Prince Boateng, there was Rio Ferdinand, there was another player. When he speaks this thing, see, Thomas Partey in central midfield is simply untouchable. His passing range into attacking channel speaks volume.
But the fact
Arteta should learn and stop all this thing. Arteta walked into Arsenal and kicked out club captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who gives you 20 plus goals a season. You went to recruit a player that Pep Guardiola, your boss, has scanned and realized that no, this guy is not the kind of player that will take us to the next level. You went to brought Jesus. The primary goal of a striker is to put a ball at the back of the net. And Arsenal fans, we are being spoiled when it comes to strikers. Make no mistake. We've seen Davosuka. We've seen Sylvain Woltord. We've seen Thierry Henry. Should I go on?
We've seen Van Persie.
We've seen Shamak. We've seen Thierry. We've seen Robin Van Persie. We've seen Emmanuel Adebayo. You can't give us Jesus, who can't give us 15 goals a season, and you expect us to hail him. You can't take our iconic jersey number 14 and give it to Eddie Nketiah. Who last weekend had me and you about 3 times and blow it apart?
I think you're being too.
Arteta is the biggest problem when it comes to Arsenal.
Let's move away from. Well, so is Arteta your worst coach?
He's one of my worst coaches.
Okay, so
because he can do better than what he's doing.
Who is top of the table?
Who is top of the table?
When it comes to
it doesn't matter.
No, hold on.
The end result,
I'm asking you a
justifies
question.
the means.
I'm asking who's the top of the table when it comes to your worst coaches. I'm talking about the
top of the table. Arteta is on top of that table, but he's the worst in my eyes.
You're not listening to me.
What can he win?
Francis, listen to me. I'm not asking about the league table. I'm asking on top of the table, your table of worst coaches, who is number one aside Arteta?
Number one in reality is Manchester United's coach.
So let's go there.
Eric Ten Hag.
Enter there for me.
Eric Ten Hag no asa.
Inside. Inside. Let's go inside.
Ten Hag was so brutal.
Era is going to an end.
What do you mean spend this Sikawi over 2 seasons? Mami Kajembi. You see the way I say House of Folk before Team Nebeye, they should go and find Samuel Buedu and apologize to him. Because whatever he says will follow them. And that is what is happening to them currently. From 2009 up to 2022, right? No coach walked through the door of House of Folk and won them the league. They scanned, chop and change. Like you want to cook, you chop small onion, chop small garlic, you chop small this thing, cabbage, before you blend it. They chop and change like that. It never worked. When they brought Samuel Buedu in January, it clicked into full gear. Over 2 seasons, he delivered 2 FA Cup crowns, took them to Africa back to back, delivered 1 league trophy that eluded them since 2009. For no reasons, after playing 3 matches against Adriana, against Kotoko, and against Great Olympics, they kicked him out. Ever since he left the club up to date,
So your point is
let me tell you, Manchester United, I'm driving on something, don't cut me. They should go.
We don't have the luxury of time.
They should go to Norway, They should go to Norway and look for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and plead. They should ask for forgiveness. Post Alex Ferguson and then Jose Mourinho. Do you know who would have stabilized Manchester United?
Who?
It is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Solskjaer was almost there when United decided to go to Turin to bring an old human being to him to destabilize his team. Bring him. See, let me tell you, they say sometimes bring your second coming, no, it be disaster. Bringing back Cristiano Ronaldo to destabilize the Man system destroyed everything because Ronaldo was one human being that they were building the team around him. But Solskjaer was building the team around his youngsters and it was almost clicking into full gear. They had Martial, who played brilliant 6 months under him. They had Greenwood, the guy who had his issues. And then they had Rashford. What happened? United just need a little tweak. Then when they brought Ronaldo, they have to do a U-turn around the club and everything backfired. Then they have to sack him. Because definitely when the results are not going right, you have to go. When they kicked him, who did they bring? Did it work? Is it working? Where is the game plan? When United plays, as a football person, what is the pattern of play? What is the formation? Does United have a vision? If you ask a United fan currently, where do you see your club in the next 1 year? United is a clueless club. It's a visionless club as it stands right now. Because you don't know what they are really doing. You watch United in that game against Newcastle and you tell yourself, no, I am not a United fan. I am an Arsenal fan. She said, Arteta plays beautiful football. And I criticize Arteta. So in my eyes, you look at what United does. What is the pattern? United is all over the place. You scan United and you can't pinpoint anything positive. If as at today, Anthony Martial is still starting games for Manchester United, they don't know what they are about. They are just wondering. They can't wrap their heads around it.
And you fault the coach for that?
Coach, because when you come to England, there are certain things you don't do. Like, United is being built around English talent. Ryan Giggs, Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Rio Ferdinand, Paul Scholes, Wayne Rooney.
Ferdinand Molina, yeah.
You need the core of the English guys to be happy in your team to be able to succeed at Manchester United. United is not a club that foreign players dominate. You have quality foreign players like 4 or 5. Let's take it. Ruud van Nistelrooy.
I was coming there because he's a foreign player, but he did very, very well for
Van Nistelrooy as a striker. You look at a player, let me tell you, the politics at United prevented Diego Forlan from succeeding at Manchester United. Ask me why.
But
because they have Van Nistelrooy as the main striker.
We need to move on.
I am telling you this because someone needs to listen to us and understand what we are telling them.
Yeah.
Ten Hag, no, the moment he went to fight with Jadon Sancho, he has basically destroyed himself. Jose Mourinho did the same thing and it got him into trouble. He had to leave. You don't touch the core of the English guys because they move from the club level into the national team and they play for each other.
Even the player disrespects the coach.
With Jadon Sancho, you say self-distraction from the coach. Sancho didn't disrespect the coach.
I think you should start wrapping up.
So the problem here is
we don't have too much time.
Until the coach learned to bury his problems with Jadon Sancho, brings him back into the team, learned to know how to make his team selection very well, it is not going to work for him. Ten Hag should know that this is not Ajax. This is Manchester United and team politics plays a major role. He should know what he's doing because you can't spend this season. United spent close to 200 million in the transfer window combined across all players. And if you are bringing Hoyland, about 80 million pounds, he should be starting games and scoring goals for you in the league consistently in the Champions League. As it stands now, he's not scoring goals in the league. He has 6 goals in the Champions League. Yeah. He has to come good. In the game against Newcastle, he never started. He should find a way to be able to wrap his hand around this team and get them playing well. Because United can fire you at any given time.
Right, so your best coach is
I picked 2
Unai,
people.
Unai Emery and Eddie Howe. And your worst coach is
Erik ten Hag.
And
Mr. Self-Destructive.
Mr. Self-Destructive. Let move to you if real quick. We know your best coach so far, Arteta, which Francis strongly disagrees, but we all have our opinions. Who's your worst coach?
I don't really have a worst coach because when it comes to coaching and stuff, Charlie, it's something difficult. You have to, regardless the performance, all of them are doing well. Just that things are not working for some of them. But when it comes to Manchester United, of course, you'll be disappointed with the results they've been recording of late. But I think the injury situation too is also a factor. And if you look at the Manchester team, that at a point in time, Casemiro was a key player for the team. Now Casemiro is injured. And then you look at Eriksen, John Evans, Malaysia, and then Martinez, all these players were doing so well for Manchester United last season. They qualified for the UEFA Champions League and everyone was, hey, Manchester, they've done well, But this time around, it's not working. And then again, another problem is Onana. Real player about disappointing Manchester United this season. Onana. The time you need a guy, time a team need say, that time will be disappointed team. So if, let's say, you bought Champions League in Manchester and qualify from the group stage, blame them say the Onana because there are some games one more cheap goals to be a shana. Uber dream I want to say and the coach is tough.
You can't think far.
See, coach near very, very tough. Why we are bit me collapse and work because all these things you will just how you understand it. So what I'm saying is that Ten Hag, even though new results, but I think the injury situations, then I have Manchester United a lot. But then again, he could also do well.
One side. One side when you're both so good to
last season he did well, trust me. How Barbie Rat team and even the top 4. But this time around, things are not working for him. Signing so Mason Mount or I don't know. The convincing song for Mason Mount, and that's it. Now, like I said, the English boys is good. Jim is also saying that so 25% shares in Manchester United that you make sure they do the home home talent or whatever they call it home talent in terms of guys in English from one brand game because they understand the Manchester United philosophy and they will be able to play well. And never bomb fine, but as I said, these players and also the disrespect issues in Kitty what team no more Ronaldo and so free team no more and all those stuff. I think it has affected the team, not only the tactical aspect but also psychologically. Players need before almost also be feeling wayside. The politics will also play a vital role. And I think and then have Manchester United, but coaches need to be about home, but they wait me will be moving forward. So for coaches, I wouldn't say anyone is worse.
And what can say the team be here coaches anyway. So una can answer. Vincent.
Yeah.
Obviously team be here coach because coach no obo ne home days so ko ye. Mo fa coach be am bag game room. And that basically what you said. No.
I'm saying that I won't say coach be worse.
The crowd can say team here coach.
Team ni ko ya yebo coach na ba so. Adna team ni ko ya kase coach na sa.
I say on coach no coach na who so.
I'm not saying
so
say coach
the thing can go on well.
Coach what na pa mo no. Obi ko baby ko be juma. So
for the game plan, I'm working for this club, but the club B to work for club B.
Coach be baby, I buy any.
It's works like that. So I won't say this
coach. Onana also coach team. Vincent.
Yeah.
Your West coach.
My West coach, my name Vincent Company. Burnley. Osha, last season out of 46 matches at Burnley bought the championship, having 101 points, losing only 3 matches in 46 matches at Burnley bought, scoring 87 goals. In Burnley matches of ball Champions League championship or qualified by the Premier League. And I think Vincent Kompany are surprising most of us because can you believe that Burnley are the only team in England that almost started preseason first? What's our boys in the Chile? Burnley started preseason very early, hoping say the good performance are more than I do with the championship. We're hoping say maybe the committee deliver that same performance in the Premier League. Can you believe say Tef Moore being one of the hostile, venues in the Premier League, because Burnley or the low block, you have bands and these, TikTok attackers in the team, then they will attack you, counter attack, corner kicks. There. Can you believe that Burnley have won only 1 match of Tef Moore this season? And very sad, say last season, one thing I sound so funny is say company Airbano. We know say or you're a student of Pep Guardiola from Anderlecht in Howe or the Anderlecht above modern world. Belgium coming back to England, dominating the championship and coming to Premier League. Niema Aya base Mamos. I think with these performances, Uchaki, last 15 matches, last 14 matches, last 5 matches, the overall Premier League table, Burnley is part of the last 3 teams at the bottom. And I think one interesting thing is coming to the 2023-2024 season, Burnley is signing 16 players, 16 new inclusions, and still, BBR says. So I think Vincent Kompany taking this, good Burnley side coming to the Premier League, although they lost, some key players. Yes, they lost some key players.
And Martin was there.
Martin wasn't their player. They knew Perfectly was there after the season. After that, good performance, Martin Chelsea was going to call the guy back. Yeah. And even during the preseason, we saw how Pochettino was using the guy from centre back, from left back, from midfield to wing. Yeah. He's been instrumental, part of their team last season. But coming to the season, he wasn't your player. Wouldn't say you're alone or about. And most of the players are from team this season. Is it that they went on loan and I say contract running down and that players no money part of Burnley plans. So signing Redmond, Aaron Ramsey from Aston Villa 16 million, spending £100 million on 16 new arrivals to this Burnley team and still failing to, get match day 14. And when you're only 3 points or more, very sad. So I think Vincent Kompany are surprising. And you see, one thing I interesting is how he approached the game, Why not just on how that is the typical Pep Guardiola, student. So I think Vincent Kompany is the worst coach for me. And Moshe Ten Hag asemna. Ten Hag is stubborn.
You guys give this guy a break.
Ten Hag is stubborn to the extent, although he has lost an FA, he's been struggling also since Chelsea has struggled with some injury because Lisandro Martinez, Licha, Enya Faith, Luke Shaw and other stars. But I think Eric Ten Hag, he has to also didn't name people. Although Omalu some key decisions affected him very well. Sometimes collective play, it doesn't. And you say a foul football so patience okay. Boardroom issues, dressing room issues, and all those are so JD Sancho sending David De Gea out, Ronaldo sends Sam, and a lot of couple of issues. So team that is what I think is affecting my United team. But I think the worst coach for me is Vincent's company.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So Vincent says Vincent Company is is his worst coach. Your best coach was
Unai Emery.
I think I said across other leagues is going to be Xabi Alonso.
Yeah.
So great. I think we have what we need now. Open now we hit him. So why they text Arteta or something?
Arteta they have me again number they go block me.
You know why Francis not they like Arteta?
Why?
You watch the tactical board. You see some line be they down there.
Uh-huh.
If they carry the time way, then Francis they complain about Arteta using Partey at the right back and scrolling.
Yeah.
Board, and that is the main reason why Francis not like playing Partey as the right back. That is the main.
That one be one of the reasons. But me, my biggest problem be the number 14.
We go.
Our club captain number 14.
I'm sure
If it's sack Aubameyang, then go recruit Jesus.
in our subsequent videos, we'll be narrowing down some of the things like you said, like Vincent Company. What's wrong with him? Our subsequent video will also be talking about teams like United. What really is the problem with United?
Yes.
But that's why you need to stay tuned to MYBET.AFRICA TV on YouTube. Click the notification bell so that anytime we drop a video, you get it and you can watch it and also educate yourself. You can also join the banter by dropping a comment. And of course, minimum or star beer, the aqua blue mineral water. This is where we draw the curtains on today's edition of Sports Arena. My name is Kwame. Thank you so much to my entire crew, Francis, Ifia, and then Vincent, the Batman. We'll come back your way with some more great content right here on MYBET.AFRICA TV. Enjoy the rest of your day.